Parmjeet is the National Party spokesperson for science research and development, and I'd just like to ask what you did before you came into Parliament.
I come from a strong science background. I did a PhD in biological sciences from the University of Auckland, and I worked there as a postdoc after that. I was also a families commissioner. I also have a manufacturing business here in Auckland. So it's a real privilege and honor for me to be the National Party's spokesperson for research, science, and innovation. And coming from a strong scientific background, I feel it's my responsibility to advocate for the scientific sector.
And last year, the National Party announced a change in policy that would make it possible to do research and development more easily with less regulation, particularly with regards to the biotech sector in New Zealand. Could this kind of policy change help develop a bigger biotech sector?
Definitely. We know that our New Zealand universities and Crown Research Institutes, they do a huge amount of good work. And what happens is once that work reaches, this is in biotech sector, reaches a stage where it needs to be field trialed to make sure that that research is going to bring us some commercial gains. At that point, our scientists feel restricted because of the way our legislation works. So what happens is then they collaborate with other scientists overseas to send that work to happen in other countries. And in my view, we should not have this kind of restriction on our scientists. This is all taxpayers' money that is invested in this research. We should be able to make full gains here. We should be able to allow our scientists to take that research to the next level.
Do you think there are opportunities for biotech developments to actually contribute to mitigating the effects of climate change?
Absolutely. Reducing the numbers of cows is not the solution, because there are some parties in parliament, they are driven by ideology. We are driven by science. So biotech is a tool that we need in our country to mitigate climate change, as one of our Crown Research Institute has very well shown that with this technology, we can develop things that can help us reduce greenhouse gas emissions. For example, a ryegrass, which is developed by one of the Crown Research Institutes, is looking very promising actually to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in cows that will consume this grass. But unfortunately, we couldn't field trial that grass here. That grass has been field trialed overseas. So we need to allow this kind of research to happen here in New Zealand, because we have these great minds. We need to support these great minds. We want to keep this research here in New Zealand to ensure that we are able to have that value of that research once it is commercialized fully for New Zealand.
That's very interesting. Thank you very much, Parmjeet, and thank you for coming on to our Down to Earth Kiwi.